All right, we should be recording. All right, let's hope this time goes well. Hello, everyone, and welcome to my first ever voice acting challenge that I'm going to be posting. So today we are going to be spinning this wheel. If you notice, it has a lot of characters from, well, Ultimate Custom Night. You can see UCN Voice Act Challenge right here. This wheel was made by yours truly. And what we're going to do is I'm going to spin this wheel a few times. I haven't decided how many times yet. It just depends on how long the video is probably going to take. Um, and then I'm going to whoever character it lands on, whoever character it lands on. Yeah, that's great. That's great English. Whichever character it lands on, that's better. I will then attempt to recreate their voice through either the voice lines in the game, or I can attempt to give that character a voice through just studying the character and seeing maybe some fan edits and animations of the character. So, with that being said, there are a few characters I would like to get on the wheel, but then again, it's all to the luck of the wheel. And before we start, I would like to say that I did put a little bit of help, or I did put a little bit of effort, not help, effort, into making the wheel, as every single character is color coded to their actual, um, basically like color theme or color scheme. That's the word. God, my English is sucky tonight. But enough dilly dallying. Let's spin the wheel. All right, big money, no whammies. Big money, no whammies. Oh, wait. Ned Bear. That's actually one of the ones I wanted. I'm really happy about that. All right. So I'm going to do a cut right here, and then I'm going to basically explain the process of how I got to the voice of Ned Bear once I have recorded a few lines, and yeah, I will see you then. Okay, and the current time is 2:54 in the morning. I started the Ned Bear lines before 2. So that took me almost an hour. Almost an hour. Um I did not expect Ned Bear to be that hard. Because I just, I kind of downplayed what I would actually have to do to like create that voice with my vocal range. And so I didn't really like a lot of the stuff I was doing at first because I was just trying my best to recreate the voice instead of what I ended up doing, which was just making my own unique flavoring of the character. Because at the end of the day, there's a lot of characters that I'm probably not going to be able to sound dead on exactly like because there's a lot of different voice actors out there, and there's a lot of different vocal ranges and tones. So at the end of the day, I have to do what I can do and make the characters sound as best as I can. And so that's what I did. Um, for this video, I'm just doing the lines from Ultimate Custom Night themselves. I know that some characters don't have lines in Ultimate Custom Night, and then they have lines in other properties like that weird AR game for the phone. But for this video specifically, I'm just doing the Ultimate Custom Night voice lines. And again, if a character doesn't have a voice line and I spin them, I would then take references from other media properties, but not use those voice lines. I would make my own voice lines, but I would use I would take inspiration of those voices from the other official media properties. But yeah, so I'm going to play the official sound clip from the game, and then I'm going to play mine right after. And this is all of Ned Bear's voice lines, even the secret one. So here we go.
Don't you hate getting killed by obscure secondary characters? Stranger danger! I was just waiting for you to drop your guard. Whoops, that's gonna leave a mark. This is how it feels, and you get to experience it over and over and over again, forever. I will never let you leave.
Now, don't you hate getting killed by obscure secondary characters? Stranger danger. I was just waiting for you to drop your guard. Oh, that's gonna leave a mark. This is
This is
how it
how it
feels.
feels. And
And
now
now
you
you
get
get
to
to experience
experience
this
it
over
over and
and
over
over and
and
over
over
again.
again.
Forever.
Forever.
I will never let you leave.
I will never let you leave.
Okay. Ned Bear's out of the way. He's good. It is time for our second spin. Let's see who we spin next. Big money. No. Oh, yes. 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 Yes, 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 yes. Okay, I'm really excited for this one. This is gonna be the easiest and the most fun one I think I could have possibly gotten on any. Actually, no, I like doing Foxy's voice. I want to get a Foxy, but regardless, let's go record Phone Guy. Okay, so before I get into discussing about Phone Guy's voice, I would like to say that the rest of these, so from Phone Guy onward, are going to be recorded after the challenge has already been done, simply because am a, long story short, I'm a moron who forgot to record the rest of the discussions about each character. I just went along because now this is like, I think yeah, this is 4 days after I started. So just a bit of context there with these little discussions. But Phone Guy was, as I said earlier, extremely fun and easy. It's just Scott doing his normal voice speaking about the character, or speaking about the knights, rather. So that's what I did. I just took the transcript of the first game's first night and I basically just read that. Now, the whole voice clip or the whole audio file clip is about 3.5 minutes. So instead of playing all of that, I'm just gonna play like the first 30 seconds to a minute, just so that way this video isn't like an hour long. But yeah, I just wanted to pop in here and explain that. But yeah, Phone Guy was, I would say, the easiest of the six that I end up doing. I will spoil that. I end up doing six. All right, here we go. Hello, hello, hello. Uh, I wanted to record a message for you to help you get settled in on your first night. I actually worked in that office before you. I'm finishing up my last week now, as a matter of fact. So I know it could be a bit overwhelming, but I'm here to tell you there's nothing to worry about. You'll do fine. So let's just focus on getting you through your first week, okay? So, let's see. First, there's an introductory greeting from the company that I'm supposed to read. It's kind of a legal thing, you know. Um, Welcome to Freddy Fazbear's Pizza, a magical place for kids and grown-ups alike, where fantasy and fun come to life. Fazbear Entertainment is not responsible for damage to property or person. Upon discovering that damage or death has occurred, a missing person report will be filled within 90 days, or as soon as property and premises have been thoroughly cleaned and bleached and the carpets have been replaced and blah blah de blah de blah de blah. Oh, sorry. uh, Now that might sound bad based on what I read. I get that, I know. But really, there's nothing to worry about. Regardless, next spin. Oh, yes. Let's go. I'm so happy. Withered Bonnie. Okay. So Withered Bonnie has voice lines, but they are very glitched. Like they're staticky and glitched because he's broken down. He doesn't have a face. I am really happy that I get to do and try to create these lines. I'm really happy. Okay. Um I will get to you when I can. I'm not sure when or how, but it's probably going to be a bit, so hang on. All right, so the Withered Bonnie voice was, in my opinion, the best experience or the most fun experience that I had with this entire challenge. Phone Guy may have been the easiest, but with Withered Bonnie, it was an entirely different animal. See, Withered Bonnie has an effect over the voice actor's voice, which is all like glitchy and staticky and stuff like that. So originally, I just tried to sound like the beep boop boop pop. It sounded more like something like I had a mascade fade, 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 fade. It did not sound good at all. So I decided to look more into how the voice was created, and I learned that there was basically a voice effect called almost robotic that the original voice actor used, and I decided to just I decided to record the lines how I would voice Bonnie, regular Fnaf 1 Bonnie, and then I put that effect over to then make Withered Bonnie. Um, I am very happy with how it turned out, and I even added a little secret line. I know before I said I was only going to do the Ultimate Custom Night ones or the Ultimate Custom Night voice lines, but I I got very giddy with how my voice sounded in the effect, so I essentially added a secret line right at the beginning, which won't have a voice comp. So you'll know what the secret line it is. And if you know what the line is in the comments, or if you know where it's from, then you can type it out in the comments. But yeah, it was definitely the most fun I've had. And doing a voice like Withered Bonnie's is one of the many reasons why I'm very excited to keep posting these videos and keep getting better with voice acting. But yeah, uh, let's hear it.
Time to face the consequences of your failure. Might as well face the facts. You were always destined to fail. You're blinked. What is this new prison? Is it me trapped or is it you? Perhaps it is us both. I may be missing my face, but even I could see his tongue. They tore me apart. They used me for parts. They took away my face. They took away my arm. Time to face the consequences of your failure. Might as well face the facts. You were always destined to fail. I saw you blink. I may be missing my face, but even I can see this coming. What is this new prison? Is it me trapped? Or is it you? Perhaps it is us both.
Withered Bonnie is probably the most fun that I've had on this project thus far. So let's spin again and let's see what we get. Oh, please. Scrap Baby. That's interesting because this is my first more feminine character. I was kind of hoping I got Molten Freddy, not gonna lie, but we'll see what we can do with Scrap Baby. Yeah, so this is gonna be interesting, but actually, I'm not sure if I can pull it off, but we'll see. Scrap Baby in these next few were probably like maybe minutes, very few minutes. Ned Bear, Withered Bonnie, they took at least an hour. I think Withered Bonnie took an hour and a half. Phone Guy took around the same time as these, but Scrap Baby, there isn't really much I can do because the voice isn't really complex. It's just more of a whisper. It's more of like a threatening whisper, is what it is. With the next character, it's a little bit different of a whisper, but with Scrap Baby, it's it is a threatening feminine whisper, and I did the best I could. Now, I'm not saying this is the greatest thing I've ever done. I'm not saying that this is the best, but this is the best that I could do. This is the best that my voice allows me to do. So I hope it's good. On what I'll say, it's something. I'll tell you that much. It's something. All right, here we go.
Time for your controlled shock. Time for your controlled shock. Let's see how many pieces I can cut you into. You won't die, but you'll wish you could.
Time for your controlled shock. Time for your controlled shock. Let's see how many pieces I can cut you into. You won't die, but you'll wish you could.
But now, let us move on to our fifth spin. And see. Lefty. Okay. Okay. Lefty is interesting, but I am a man of the people, and so I shall give it my best try. Wish me luck. This is definitely not going to be as long of a discussion because Lefty, as I said previously, is very similar to Scrap Baby in the sense of doing the voice of Lefty. With Scrap Baby, you have more of a, what did I say in the other one? I said it was more of like a threatening whisper for Scrap Baby, but with Lefty, it's more of a pained, almost whimper of a whisper. There's still like a hint of threat in there, but it's mainly a pained whisper. So that's what I tried to. That's what I tried to show. Well, I can't really show it because it's my voice, but that's what I tried to project with my voice. But yeah, hopefully I did good. Here we go.
It will all be over soon. Shh. There is room for one more. Shh. Come spend eternity inside with me. Shh. I've been looking for you, and now I will never let you go. Shh. I'm so glad that I found you. Let me make room for you.
Everything will be over soon. There is room for one more. Come spend eternity inside with me. I've been looking for you, and now I will never let you go. I'm so glad that I found you. Let me make room for you.
But enough dilly dally. This will be the final. Um, this will be the final spin. But I do plan on making a second video. But that video won't have any spins. That video will just have me like doing another 5 or 6 voices, but those are voices that I would want to do. I would pick the 6 animatronics, the 5 or 6 animatronics that I would want to do that I didn't get in this video here, and then I would do them as like a secondary video. But let us see who we get. Ballora. Okay. Um I think I can do this one. It's a lot better than JJ, that's for sure. Because this isn't the first time I actually recorded this. I actually got JJ the previous time I recorded this spin, but I really didn't want to do JJ. I will happily do Ballora because at least Ballora has voice lines. You know what I mean? JJ doesn't have voice lines. The only voice lines I could find were from Fnaf World, which as I said, I'm not using any outside voice line aside from the ones from Ultimate Custom Night. Let me work on getting her voice lines, and I'll get back to you. And last but not least, Ballora. Yeah, again, there isn't really much to say because like Lefty and Scrap Baby, it's basically the same. Because you don't really have an effect or an accent, you just kind of have to sound like the character. With Ballora, it's more of like you need to have a serene, a calmness, just based on who the Ballora character is and how the voice actress represents the character. You need a more a like a not a monotone, but like a more just a serene, calm, graceful sounding voice. I'm not sure I have that, but I did the best I could to sound as close as I can. So here we go, and this is the last one. So if you're still with us, then God bless you.
I could hear you breathing. Admit it, you wanted to let me in. Why do you hide inside these walls? Don't be shy. These are strange circumstances that have brought us together.
I could hear you breathing. Admit it. You wanted to let me in. Why do you hide inside these walls? Don't be shy. These are strange circumstances that have brought us together. So, how was that? Let me know which voice was your favorite in the comments. Which one do you think was my worst? Which one do you think was my best? What do you think in some of the voices I could improve on? I'm always open for any sort of feedback or any just communication with how I would go about doing my voices, because at the end of the day, I don't, these are just based on the voice lines from the game. I'm not any professional by any means, so there are still a lot of things I have to learn about, being a voice actor. So, with that being said, I would like to they say thank you for watching it this far if you have watched this far. As I said earlier, I plan to do a second follow up to this where I basically just pick out more voices instead of spinning the wheel. I would just pick out voices that I want to do um that more like fit the kind of voice that I have. If this was my personal choice, I probably wouldn't have picked Ballora or Lefty, or probably not even Phone Guy either. But that's the fun about a wheel, is that you have to adapt to whatever the wheel gives you, which is kind of a fun challenge. But again, thank you so much for watching, and I really appreciate it. If there is anything in particular, like any game, any show, any like series or franchise that you want to see me do something similar like this for, just let me know down below. Jesus, I cannot English at all. Let me know down below in the comments for yeah, any recommendations on what I should do next. I have a plan in my head, but I'm always open for more ideas and stuff like that. So, I mean, with that being said, uh, I'm Beanie VA, and thank you so much for watching. I'll see you next time. Doodles!